I was a little kid, I've always dreamt of being a content creator. I would go on YouTube every single day after school and I would watch YouTubers. I would watch, The Face House, watch like gaming videos. I would watch just literally about anything when I was little, and it just really inspired me to pursue content creating when I was older. Obviously, I was younger and I've tried it back then, but it's nowhere near what it's like now today. Today is a completely different story, and what I mean by that is the algorithm has changed, the people's attention span has changed. Everything has changed with content creating. Recently I've tried it. Back in January, that's when I started streaming, doing, content. I tried it out. I was like, you know what? I really want to try it. Like, now that I'm older and now that I'm more mature, I feel like, it would be the best to do it now. But that all came to an end really, really soon, actually. I started streaming back in January of this year. I told myself in 2023 that 2024 was going to be a year that I, grow and get big and be successful with this thing. And who knows? Right now at the time, I don't really know if I want to pursue that, and I'm going to explain why. Streaming, like I said, has always been like something that, has been in the back of my head. Like, hey, I feel like I can really do this. I feel like I can go out there and try to be big one day with this and to inspire, because that's the whole purpose of this whole entire thing, is just to inspire people. I want people to look at me and be like, if he can do it, I can do it as well. So I started back in January thinking that, this is going to be it. This is it. I have everything. I have a PC. I have the lights. I have a camera. I have a microphone to do IRL. Like, I have literally everything for streaming. It's just, there's a lot behind streaming that, not a lot of people think about before they start. They hop into the streaming stuff and they're like, oh, I'm going to get big right away. I'm going to get all these viewers, people donating, all that. Like, that's not the case. Just like with everything, you sort of have to get good with it before, you see some progress. With me, I started really insecure with myself. I was scared to even show my face on the camera because, I never really did that. Even though I've had in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to be a content creator, I was always just scared to show my face in front of everybody. I started it because I was like, you know what, let's just see where this takes me. And, back when I first started, I believed in God. I just never really was following him. I never really, I was never talking to him. And it felt like I was just in my own world doing this streaming stuff, and that's where it went wrong. That's where it really, really went wrong. It's just not feeling like I have God by my side, even though I know I do. I just never, like I said, talked to him. So when I started, I hopped into the streaming world. I was like, all right, this is it. Let's do this thing. I had the love for it. Everything was amazing, but keep in mind, I never really talked to God, and I kind of pushed God away during this. I've always been a believer of God since I was a little boy. My parents have always, brought me to church, and it's gotten me to, over time, really believe in the guy. I genuinely believe that there's God, and I believe, the stuff that is in the Bible is true. I just, at this time during streaming, my streaming world, streaming days, it's just I never really talked to him like I do, I guess, today now. My relationship with him was just, it was getting pushed back, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I can just see when I started streaming up until like probably May, I would say, I could just see myself turning into something that I wasn't. Me, I'm a genuine nice kid, and because of the streaming stuff that I've been doing, it's caused me to have some hate to others, myself, and it's not the type of person I want to be. I was always reading chat. Sometimes chat would tell me to do something and I would do it. I didn't think about the consequences that came with it. Somebody in my chat told me to hop the ice skating rank thing to go mess with the people. I didn't hop over, but I was low-key kind of messing with them, and I didn't like that. It's just like those type of things. It's just, you gotta be your own person. When it comes to especially content and stuff, you can't let people tell you what to do. You gotta really be set and know what's right and what's wrong. And with me, I knew, some of the stuff that I was doing was wrong, but I was doing it anyways because I was just trying to get more viewers. At the back of my mind, I was just thinking about viewers, followers, because that's just what my mind was like. And that's a lot of other streamers too. You look at some of these streamers, they're the same way, but it shouldn't be that way. It should not be the way. You shouldn't go live to get viewers or to get followers or to get money. You should really just go live, hit that live button because you want to, because it's fun for you, and it's just overall, like I said, fun. With me, man, it was kind of like, when I first started streaming, up until May, I was doing it because it was fun. I loved it, and it was something I actually really enjoyed doing. Coming to, like, I would say at the end of May is when I started losing myself with streaming. It's like I was always thinking about streaming. I was never really spending time with family. I was never, taking care of myself. I was always just wanting to wake up to go live because of the viewers. Because, like I said, I was getting, probably not a lot of viewers, but I was getting some viewers. I was getting some followers. It got to the point where I was doing like 12 to 30 viewers consistently. And when I first started streaming, I was getting like literally like 2, 3. So it was a lot for me. It was a lot. I was like, all right, I'm finally starting to get viewers, starting to grow. And so in that process, as I was thinking all this and noticing this stuff, I was losing myself. And I never talked to God. Like I said, I know of God. I've always been religious. I am a Christian. And so during this process, I was just, dude, I was just in my own world. It came to the point where I had to stop. I had to stop. It was getting too much for me. I had to stop. I was like, no, I'm losing myself. It's getting bad, and I'm being somebody that I'm not. Because I know I'm a genuine person. I know that I'm not negative. I know I'm all, like, because in my streams, my whole niche was to be toxic towards people. That's how I was pulling viewers, kind of, and pulling viewers on like my TikTok clips, channels, and all that. It was just me being a person that I wasn't. I was trying to be entertaining. I was trying to get more viewers. That was the whole goal for myself, and I realized now that it shouldn't be that way. Because I needed a break, I probably took the whole beginning of June up and probably till the end of June off, and then I tried it again. That didn't really last long. It only lasted me like a week. I can't remember how long it really lasted. I can't even remember really the months and when it all happened. I think actually no. No. So it wasn't May when I stopped the first time. I think it was April. So April, yeah, it was. Okay, my fault. January all the way up until April, I streamed nonstop. I streamed literally the whole entire time. I never took a day off. And then April was when I stopped. And then so I stopped for like that whole entire April. And then May I came back. I'm remembering this. May I came back, and I came back because I felt like I was ready again. I feel like, I just needed maybe like a few weeks off and to get myself together. And I came back with a really strong mindset. I was like, all right, I was talking to God again. I was going to church, reading the Bible, all that. And I was like, all right, I think it's necessary for me to come back because, this has been a dream of mine. I want to inspire people. I want to show people that, like, anybody can do this. I came back. I was really happy. The first week, amazing. I felt like I was on top of the world. I was like, let's do it. I'm confident in myself. My viewers are still there. And it even got so crazy to the point I bought myself a second phone. I was like, all right, now I can do IRLs. I bought myself a second phone. That only lasted a week. I'm not even lying, a week, because I lost myself again. I did an IRL stream. I had my phone that I bought with Verizon. It was like, I guess, the best service plan you can possibly get. And so I had my phone. I was doing IRLs with it. I even have my selfie stick somewhere where, like, I put my my phone on the selfie stick and I was recording. It was nice. The full week of me doing IRLs was amazing. And then it was like, I think it was like a Saturday or a Sunday when I just stopped. I ghosted everything. I stopped being, it got bad to the point where I literally didn't even go on my phone. I remember myself just stopping that night because I felt like I had voices in my head telling me to stop. I needed to stop. It's getting too bad again. And so in the middle of May, I stopped and I returned the phone. I'll tell you why I stopped. So this is where I started getting into my clipping, like viewers type thing, like where I needed clips to get viewers. And that's when I, was into that mode again. I started noticing that, but this time it got worse. It got really bad. It was probably worse than the first time when I took my break. So this time around, I was outside playing basketball. I didn't, I swear to God, I didn't know the time. I guess curfew by me is like, I think 11 or wait, it might be 11, yeah. So by me, curfew was 11 o'clock and I was outside, it was like 12. I thought genuinely because I haven't been underage with the curfew in so long now. Last time I ever cared about a curfew was when I was 17 years old. because I was, I was still underage and I had to be home at certain times. Really, I didn't think about it. That's my fault, and I take accountability for that. But I was outside at 12 o'clock playing basketball, and it was like, I think it was a Thursday. It wasn't the weekend. It was a Thursday. It was Thursday. I'm remembering this. My fault. It's just sometimes my memory gets bad. Thursday was when all this happened. So it was a Thursday. They had work the next day. My neighbor, he got upset that I was playing basketball outside. So me, trying to get the clip, I talked back to the neighbor, and me and the neighbor are kind of going at it, and it's the cops eventually show up. He told me he was going to call the cops. I told him to do it, and so he called the cops, and I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. I probably would have called the cops too in that situation. An annoying kid outside playing basketball at 12 a.m. when you have work the next day. I would probably call the cops, and if he wasn't listening, and I wasn't listening to him. The cops showed up, just waited outside, seeing if I was going to keep doing it, and I stopped, I went inside, and I ended stream. And I laid down in my bed. I was like, dude, like, I think I need to be done with streaming. I think this is it. It's taking me this long to figure out and realize that, this is probably not going to be for me. Even though I've always dreamt of being a streamer, or just not even a streamer, just a content creator. I just don't think this is going to suit me no more, because it felt like voices were talking to me again. Not bad voices, but good voices. It was like God was talking to me, and he was telling me, hey, you need a break. You need to be done. You need to be done. And so I did. I stopped streaming, and I didn't pick up a phone I didn't go on my laptop. I didn't do nothing. The whole rest of May and the whole month of June, probably up until the end of June, is when I came back. But the whole month that I was gone, I was back into myself. I was working out, going crazy. I was doing my thing with God. I was going to church again. I was happy. I was happy. I was happy. I was like, this is it. I don't need streaming. I don't need content creating. And then all of a sudden, I was told to stream again. Second time now. The second time, I'm being told to start streaming again. I felt like I was losing myself, because I'm like, dude, if I'm not streaming, there's nothing else for me to do. I gotta work. After work, I go to the gym. After the gym, I just go home and sleep. A whole month that I wasn't streaming after the whole neighbor incident, I felt like I was starting to get alone. I felt like I was losing myself. I didn't have a plan for myself. And all of a sudden, like I said, something in my head told me to stream. And so I started streaming. Something told me to do it, so I did. But this time, I went on to Twitch. This is the third time now that I'm back. So Twitch, I'm like, all right, let's reset. Let's have a reset. Third time being back streaming, I probably feel the most good out of my stuff I've ever felt before in my life. I felt good coming back. Second time, felt good coming back. Third time, I felt like I was on the top, like on the top of the world. I felt like I was in space. It was like the feeling coming back to streaming was amazing, because I missed it so much. So the third time, everything's going smooth, but it was like history was repeating itself, And this time it only lasted a week. So I came back July 1st. I streamed for a whole week, maybe a week and a half, and just like a few days ago, I completely stopped. And because I started to notice, I started becoming somebody that I wasn't again. I started caring about the viewers and all that, when I know deep down this is not why I started streaming. I started streaming because it was fun for me and I want to inspire people. Literally, that's it. But yeah, I quit just a few days ago. And I need to do something else. I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know if I just want to keep making YouTube videos and eventually try to build a community there. I don't know what I really want to do. Hopefully, one day things will kick off. I been talking to God again. I've been reading the Bible. I've been trying to go to church, and it's a struggle sometimes. It's really a struggle out there, and for those who are kind of experiencing what I'm experiencing, it doesn't have to be content creating. It could be other things. Hopefully, this video kind of helps you in a way. Hopefully this relates to you in some way where you don't have to feel alone about this, because I know I can't be the only person feeling like this all the time, where they quit something, they keep going back, they keep quitting, they lose themselves. It's a problem, and that hopefully one day I can just solve and be free from it. So have a good night, guys, or a good day, whatever. Love y'all.